Hello everybody, good afternoon and welcome to DayZ. It is the hottest day of the year here in the UK. We've got a little bit of an ad hoc stream going on here. If you're watching this after the fact, it is Tuesday the 19th of July, and so far today, something's too noisy. You can hear my voice coming through. That's because it's coming out of this second monitor, because this is also a test of a kind of a double setup that I've got that I'm not sure I can actually change. Oh, that's a bit of a bummer. Oh, wait a minute. Can we change? Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Oh, no, didn't mean to do that. Oh, here we go. So we need to come into this bit. All will be explained in just a minute. Right, if I turn that down to there, that should now be no sound coming through. Right, I've got to remember to do that next time. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to go onto the Crucible server, a PvP server, and it's kind of a... We're not going to stream for too long because it's quite warm, but what we're going to do is figure out where we are and have a wander around. And I'm also testing a 2-monitor set. Oh, am I in a fresh spawn? I might be a fresh spawn. What have I got? I've got some stuff. Yeah, so what I did was, as you well know, I got my my gaming PC a few weeks ago, which is absolutely fantastic, and I can use it with my 27-inch monitor. However, this is on the Xbox. We're playing on the Xbox Series S. But the problem I kind of have is, how do I talk to you guys in the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat? How do I see what you're doing when I'm playing on my big monitor? And what I did was I found a little TV in the house that had HDMI in. So I'm using that as a second monitor. So I've got two little chat boxes popped up on that have got YouTube and Twitch on. So, Ian R, hello. Thank you for joining the stream. Chris Sharp, thank you for joining. De Grauner says, what's the temperature like at your place? Where I live in Middle West Germany, we got 37 Celsius. It hasn't got that hot here, where actually I'm sort of on the south coast of the UK. It's probably been over 30, but probably 32, 33, something like that. And King Alabar, hi Rob, hello. King Alabar, top modder, top console guy. There, so we're just kind of checking out. As you can see, I've got to get a few things right, probably round about how I start the stream, and then move on. So yes, so here we go, back in DayZ. One of the problems with, and King Alabar will know about this, is when you spend an awful lot of time modding DayZ and changing things, you don't get that much time to play. And what I really like about this server that I'm on now, the Crucible server, is they actually have, it's PvP, but they do have a player-run trader on as well. So you can earn money in their Discord by doing things, and then you can, ooh, hello, hatchet, and then you can buy things from their trader. They've also got a kill feed and all that sort of stuff. Ooh. Is that custom over there? Not sure. Well, let's have a go around. Let's have a look round. Yes, so I hope everybody's okay. You may say, well, why are you streaming on the hottest day of the year in the UK? Well, as you all probably know, I'm a bit of an old fella, and there's been a lot of talk about this incredibly hot weather, and a lot of people have been saying, people have been saying, look, this is, it's very, very dangerous, and it is, hot weather is very, very dangerous. But a lot of people who sort of play video games have been kind of moaning and groaning about the hot weather, saying, oh, it's terrible, I can't stream in this hot weather. It's something must be done. You know, we don't have aircon in our houses in England, and it's like, being an old fella, what you tend to think when you hear things like that, you're like, well, you could just turn your computer or your video game machine, your console off, and and go and sit in the shade somewhere, or you could kind of just bear in mind that we're very, very lucky to be able to do what we do, and there's people out there with jobs that they have to do who are working in incredibly bad conditions, much worse than we have to do in the UK and across the world. And yeah, I felt it was a bit snowflakey. Now, if that offends anybody who's watching this video now, or who's watching this watching the VOD on YouTube, I do apologise. Bahuma187 on Twitch. See, I can see all the chat now. It's fantastic. Thank you for joining. Can you hear me okay? Well, I've got 2 questions for you, actually. 3. How does the stream look? Because I'm actually using the Wi-Fi on my router. I'm not plugged in. How do I sound? Am I loud enough? And can you hear the game at all? So I've turned the game down quite a lot. Sometimes I struggle with You have a 50% chance to get food and box of nails on a zombie kill. Hope that helps. Oh. Okay, maybe we should kill some zombies. This is custom, this, isn't it? Oh, this is great, this. Game sounds a little bit low. Can hear it, though. Okay, so let's go into options. Audio. Let's turn the master volume up a bit. Okay. That might be a little bit better. Ooh, a BDU jacket. Yeah, we'll have that. Then we'll make some more rags. Number Jester, thank you for joining the stream. Oh, I love this, the fact that I can use the second monitor as well. It's not a monitor, it's a TV. I love the fact that I can use it to see all the chat at the same time. Number Jester says, it's been fun at work, last couple of days with a full flameproof over with hard hat, boots and gloves on when outside. See? Now that is hard work. Yeah, I'm sure Number Jester would come home and turn on his computer. And yeah, okay, so the room gets a little bit hot. But, you know, it's nothing compared to whatever Number Jester's having to do. So anyway, so that was another reason for coming on and streaming today. To say, look, you know, it is doable. I'm not going to be streaming for 8 to 12 hours like some of the other guys do. Just going to be streaming for an hour or so. Okay, maybe we will... Ooh. Oh yeah, that was right, wasn't it? So there's more gear on these zombies, which is always a pleasure, isn't it? Yes. So yeah, this very hot weather though in UK. So I'm sitting here in just my shorts. You never go back from 2 screens. No, you are definitely right there, just there. Well, what I used to do was when it was just the Xbox, I would play the Xbox on a big TV, like a 40-inch TV, and then I would look at my laptop for the chat, and that was a really comfortable and nice way of doing it. But funny enough, switching over to the gaming PC, where I now have a toilet. I do like a toilet. I think another. Pushing over to gaming PC, where I've just got the one big monitor, it quickly became apparent that I needed something else. Gowner number 1 over on Twitch says, a couple of years ago I worked as a roofer. Someone was hell compared to the sit and rats watch stream I could do today. Absolutely. You know, if you're a builder today, a scaffolder, and you've had to do stuff, then you know what heat really is like. You know what heat really is like. So yeah, loving the gaming PC. This is the Xbox Series S though, obviously. Yeah, what I found though is because I've got this amazing gaming PC compared to my old laptop, is that it's because it's so much easier for me to do videos now, especially about modding. I can just dive in and quickly make a modding video and try something out. It means I play even less video games. Where it used to be with the Shadow gaming PC, I used to have to fire up my laptop, fire up Shadow. And quite a lot of the time it wouldn't work because the internet connection wasn't quite good enough, and I'd have to, and I'd get a bit peed off, and I'd have to go and do something else. Where now it works every single time, and it's a real joy. But I guess it's a bit of a first world problem, as it say. Yeah, my PC's too good. Oh yeah, nice. We'll have that. I've got to. It stops me from playing video games. Michael has joined the YouTube chat and he says, it's Michael regular in chat on the 87.8 podcast, just jumped on. Did you catch the DayZ stream on Twitch this morning? If so, did they put out any info? I did jump in for a little bit. Oh, we've got some gloves as well now. Let's make some quiet feet covering so we can sneak up on zombies. When I was on it, they didn't really say much, but that was cool. They were saying that that 119, the next update, could be will be an interesting one. But the thing to remember is that over the summer, obviously they have lots of people on holiday and things like that. So it's not to expect too much, I think, basically from the next one. But we'll see. I think what most people are considering that the next update will probably won't introduce too much to the game, but it will introduce plenty. The vehicle update. That's what people are hoping for. So hopefully we're going to see some of the stuff coming over from Reforger, and that's going to stabilise the vehicles, and that should be fantastic, especially for consoles, especially for Xbox Ones and PlayStation 4s. If they can just get vehicles running nicely on those platforms, then I think a lot of people will be very, very, very happy indeed. How does he set up his guns here? Okay. Ooh, some patrol pants. They're nice, aren't they? Let's drop these ones. Put those on. We're getting a nice little camo look. Like it. I like it. Number Justice says, haha, PC is never too good. Absolutely. David Rubel says, hi Scale, how can I request a Toro video for you to make? The best thing is to comment on one of my videos and say, could you do a video about this? And I will add it to my list of videos that I need to kind of do. Can we make an improvised head wrap? Face, feet, head, yeah. And I'll add it. I mean, I have a to-do list that has hundreds of items on, to do with DayZ and plenty of other games as well. Do I look cool? I'm not sure if I do. Right, let's get rid of our... see, the trainers. See, the trainers are good, aren't they? I think I'm going to stick with the trainers, the athletic shoes. Ooh, anything in there? Some 45. What does the Colt take? 45. Okay, so we will take that. We'll put that onto there. We'll take that. We'll take the ammo. We will combine. Put some more in here. You can also mention it now, David, as well. Michael says, love to see a military vehicle coming from Reforged DayZ. Yes, Michael, that is a brilliant idea. Yeah, want to see an armoured car. That's what I want to see. Definitely want to see an armoured car. There we go. So we've got a gun. David Rubin says, God to say thanks, I appreciate the information and your videos, learning a lot, thanks so much. Oh yeah, and PC rule, consoles rule. Yeah. Just hold Y to reload, dude. Yeah, you see how rusty I am. Even when it comes to doing this sort of thing. See, I'm a big fan of console DayZ. I am absolutely a big fan of it. And the reason for that is that console DayZ is what it is. You've got Chernarus. Why didn't that open? You've got Livonia. We've got some amazing people who do some brilliant mods, sort of bringing it all together, changing things, like this server, for example. And you don't get bogged down with having to have the old paralysis analysis, the paralysis of choice, where you've got hundreds of different mods that you've got to put on that destroy the performance of your server. You just jump in and you just join. David says, yes, hope you might cover the key room mod install. That sounds interesting. What does it do? I guess is the question. So yeah, so I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan. That's why I like console PUBG as well, because there's no messing around, you know. And I know we do get problems with belt. I know we do get a problem with people getting under the map and doing naughty things like that. But also, I think the chances of running into a cheater, like a PvP cheater who's using like an aimbot or something like that, is much less on console. Brad Meek on Twitch chat says, takes me back to when I first started playing in 1.07. I manually reloaded everything. Yeah. Ooh. Is that a zombie? It is, isn't it? He's got a big backpack on. So I could really do with a knife to take these guys out. Come on, fella. See what you got. He's got a rather lovely big backpack, which we won't take because I'm a typical... I like his hat though. We'll have that. We'll have his hat. Let's get rid of that. And let's wear that. Oh, yeah, I do like a nice tanker's helmet. Excuse me. Michael says, did you see Wobo's interview yesterday? He said he loves consoles because the only version of the game he loves is the vanilla. That he believes the game should be played as developers. Well, that is another argument. You know, that is another argument. But there is some amazing mods out there. Don't get me wrong. You know, dump grass, building fortifications, DayZ dog, Red Falcon's helicopters, all the stuff with like key cards and code locks. Did I pick up some food? Did he have some food as well? Did he? Trader. Ooh, missed. This guy didn't want to go down. There should be a way to defend on console without having to move backwards. This guy's going to ruin my lovely jacket. Another one. Excuse me while I just dispatch these zombies, chat. Right, cool. David Rubel said, it is a mod that makes it so high dollar loot is secured behind doors that users have to find a keycard that opens it. Yeah, cool. Love it. Otahoe Hall has joined the YouTube chat and says, speaking of, if you ever needed a different type of Xbox server to stream from, I have an awfully premium one that you very much helped build that you would be welcome on. No antic throw. Oh, thank you very much, Ottawa. That is very kind of you. Thank you for the invitation. Robert Bain says, I wish they would bring traders' vending machines to console. I agree. David Rubel says, anyway, if you care to do it, that would be great. Thanks for the hard work. Man, peace, everyone. Absolutely. Why third person? I don't know. I like looking at my character when they've got stuff on. I do. I think, you need to be able to look at your guy, don't you, or lady, to see if... And I think that's what third person gives you. Third person gives you peripheral vision. I know you can see around corners and stuff like that, but I'm mainly a PvE player, so I don't really mind, to be honest. Yeah, so Trader, Robert, you bring up a very interesting point, because you could argue that the various Trader mods that have come to PC, they're the things that have really transformed the game, and the ability to have a economy outside of the traditional, you've got to find stuff economy, or players spawn in with stuff economy. And I think if Adam and his team could somehow find a way of bringing some sort of trader to console, even if we had like fixed trader positions like one at Green Mountain and a couple other places on Chernarus and a couple of other fixed places in Livonia, that would really fire up the DayZ community, because it's for me, if you want to have really good PvP servers, you need to have a couple of things. Traders are very, very useful for that, and you need to be able to control spawns as well. So when people spawn in, you can spawn them in with gear. My hatchet damaged it is, isn't it? It's a shame. Something in them. So yeah, so if they could do something around that. Now I have spoke to Adam in the past when he's been streaming on Twitch, sorry, and they have said, you know, giving console players the access to Ooh, where's he going? Don't think my axe is going to last for much longer. Sifo Nick says, you did a video the other day with giant objects in it. Is this possible on console? No. And it's not really possible on PC either. I was just in the DayZ editor, and you can play around with the scale setting and make things look big. But it's just a bit of fun, really. If they ever put the scale setting into the game, though, then yeah, we will be able to do it. You can have giant chickens walking around. That'd be scary, wouldn't it? That'd be brilliant. Michael on YouTube says, on 87.8 they were talking about work Don Sibley and others were doing, something about able to do some new things on consoles. Didn't really understand it. Can you explain it? So what they were talking about was using certain PC tools to import files from maps. So in essence, what you could do is you could take, for example, the Banov PC map. You could take the Banov PC map and I haven't got any. And import it and get all the coordinates for all the custom terrain. You know, we have Chernarus, we have Livonia, and we can't delete anything from those terrains either. So it's kind of it's a very interesting idea, and I think on the small scale. So when you're looking at small things, it's good. If you try to do it with the whole map, there's definitely going to be some challenges in terms of performance and you know how you would do it. But it's really interesting to play with these things, because sometimes what happens is you'll start playing with a particular technique or a tool that you come across, and you'll discover something completely different that it enables you to do. So, for example, an example of that would be like the DayZ editor from Inclement Dab, which enables us basically, you know, to do all sorts of amazing things on console. And I don't think Inclement Dab ever imagined that it would be used in the way that it is used. On console, and you know, and console models now we can use it to create these amazing custom buildings really easy and spawn stuff in. So it's worth doing these things and playing around with these things, even if the final thing you end up with isn't what you originally planned with, which I think is cool. And let's put that away. Let's use the pun. Everything's in video and it won't load, it just freezes. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, so Lone Wolf. That probably won't happen because I moved away from using offline mode pretty quick and moved over to using local servers. I think you're much better off installing a local server than using offline mode. I think offline mode's a little bit faster, but a local server is the way to go, because a local server mimics what I'm doing now. And it enables you to install mods, test whether they work, look at compatibilities, make sure your code's working, all this sort of stuff. So I highly recommend you just do a Google search or YouTube search for how to install a local DayZ server. One of my videos probably will come up, and have a local server running rather than using DayZ offline mode. Because with the local server, things save as well, you know. So as you're going along, your progress is saved, which is pretty cool. King Alabar says, I'm afraid of spending too much time with the giant map O-holes because I think Bohemia is going to be changing things up. Well, that's the other problem that comes on, isn't it? You know, all of a sudden they change a file and you can do something else. Like a classic thing with Lemons as well was the fact that he did all this work on Zagoria, his amazing map overhaul, for them to release static items. So he had all these other things you could go back and use, you know, which kind of happens. But you've got to kind of do what you do. I think that's the thing. Ethereum, not sure it was just me on it, but getting a lot of buffering in the video. Yeah, it's probably because I'm using wireless, not wired in, so apologies for that. Local servers are the game changer. I agree. It also helps you become familiar with updating. Oh, what's that behind there? A raincoat. Yeah. I think the weather's pretty nice on the server. We don't need to worry about that. Updating remote servers as well. Josie says, I never could get a local server worked out. Yeah, it is. Like with anything DayZ or anything video game modding related, it is a bit tricky, but you've just got to go through the instructions slowly but surely, and eventually you'll get it to work. Michael says, tried out Lemon Zagoria map. I think the two got together you can make something amazing. I haven't, no. When he releases it, I'll definitely have a go. Because it looks, what he's done looks really cool. Like the wall around Chernogorsk is something else. So really looking forward to that. Can you set up an Xbox DayZ server on a local PC? No, unfortunately not. You can't. It's only PC. But if you've got, so again, inside baseball stuff. But if you want to run a local PC server, a DayZ PC, you have to own a copy of PC DayZ first, and then you can download all the stuff to do it. It doesn't mean you have to have excellent performance on that PC. You know, DayZ could run really crappily, but it gives you, and also gives you opportunity to run the other game changer. So if you're running a local DayZ server, the other goes. We can hope, can't we? We can pray that we get new maps. Hello. What's he doing? What's he doing? Whoop. Oh, here comes another one. Oh, they do have trouble with fences, don't they? Get some. Ooh. Hey, right, okay, hopefully we've got some food. Yay, we got some drink. And what's this one got on them? Nothing. Too high to die. Hello, sir, I am on your server. High scale speed, love all the new videos. Sorry, I can't be... No problem, my friend. Too high to die is a top fella. Alright? He is a top fella, a top bloke. And, yeah, I won't say any more, but he is absolutely fantastic. He runs this community, he owns the server, and he's done amazing work for this. And if you want a nice play, excuse me, you can't really go wrong with this server. Now, what I mean by that is if you want this server. Now, what I mean by that is if you want a nice PvP place to play. Now, people do kill each other. And the idea with this server is that you can, during the week, you can go around, build your base, get your stuff together. Then at the weekends, not yet, he's still working on it. Sifofnik says, buy some power line cable lined up as to wire your connections. If you don't have an easy way to connect your router, you can also just buy a basic switch to split your connection. I do have them, Sivonik. I do. And I normally use them. It's just that I forgot to before I started. And I think they might need pairing up as well. But there we go. Are you on your Xbox server? I'm not on my Xbox server, no. I am on Too Highs to Die Crucible server. Here we go. So if you just search on Xbox for the Crucible, I think it's the only one that comes up if you search for Crucible, but it's the Crucible-Full Trader building mod kill feed factions. I'm on it with the Sir Kitten at the moment. Yeah, but just hit me on Discord. Help with the day. There you go. Some friends. JC Garfunkel says, thank you, Mr. Alabar. Etheric Box says, missing one every 5 minutes country to wireless connection. Not good. Oh, sorry. I do apologise. Moyjoida over on Twitch says, Project Lemons, you mean? Yes, Project Lemons. Great guy. Fantastic guy. Stalwart of the console community. Doing amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. It is threatening to have thunderstorms here actually soon. Looking out the window and I can see clouds. So maybe it will. Mojo Rider over on Twitch says absolutely great guy. Yes. Yeah, and very good. We've got a rather excited zombie. Come on, close, damn it. This is an American server, so there is a little bit of lag when it comes to opening and closing doors if you're in Europe. But nothing that you can't manage. Ooh. We're in danger of getting knocked out here, aren't we? Got a little ring of rosies. Hey, fire off. At last, eh? These zombies. Okay, let's get bandaged up. Eoin C says, I probably said that wrong actually, didn't I? Thanks for all the YouTube content. Try to watch it as you release it. Been a great help to me. Great, that's fantastic to hear. Glad you're finding it useful. Michael says, Michael says, sad to hear Wobius saying he doesn't think the mouse would come to console. Saying it would be too much work for the devs due to all the different scripting and other differences. Yeah. I mean, the thing I would say, Reforger, you can play on console up to a point. We've got to have cross-play enabled on servers for us to be able to play on modded servers, but that is coming soon. You know, they said that is coming soon, and so you know, in Arma Reforger, people on PC have put in modded helicopters, so you can fly on your Xbox in Arma Reforger a helicopter. You can play single-player missions. There's all different weapons that you can download and use. So who's to say that when the Infusion engine, which DayZ is you know, it runs on an older version of the Infusion engine, and Arma Reforger runs on the newer version of the Infusion engine. Who's to say that in a few years' time, when DayZ comes out, DayZ 2 comes out, it will run on the Infusion engine. It will run on the same engine as Arma Reforger and Arma 4. And who's to say that you know that they won't roll in workshop mods to the game? Because one of the things they were obviously worried about was that the problem with Steam mods is that, if anybody's in the chat who's a Steam modder, mods just disappear. Dumpgrar had his mod disappear, you know, and then you contact Steam support and they're like, oh, it was never there in the first place, and you're like, no. So they wanted to kind of get around that and probably have more control, and also make it easier to have more monetized mods as well, which is something that would be very, very cool. So who knows, with DayZ 2, whenever that might be, in 10 years' time, if we can get mods on console, the chances are we could do it that way. Files, and you know, the legend that is Don Sibley did loads of amazing tutorials, and that's where I learned most of my stuff, watching Don Sibley stuff and then digging other stuff out. And then we got access to that, you know, to XML, so we could edit the loot economy. And after that, you know, then recently we've had the ability with the CFG gameplay to adjust the weather, to adjust building. You know, you can build anywhere now, to be able to spawn structures in. To adjust the weather, we can do that on console now. Pretty soon we'll be able to adjust spawns, loadout spawns, which would be very, very cool. And Project Lemons on the DayZ podcast always puts it very succinctly when he mentions the fact that because of the limitations we have when it comes to console modding, you kind of have to use your imagination a little bit more, and you end up having to use finer tools, I think. You know, because Steam mods are used for most things on PC, DayZ, to change. But you don't always really need to use the hammer that is a Steam mod. Sometimes you can use some things a little bit more subtle, and I think that's one of the really cool things about console. Josie Garfunkel says, Sibley shaved his great beard. Yeah, he's got a cool tash though, hasn't he? He's got a very, very nice tash now. So, yeah, it's and that man can grow a beard incredibly quickly, because he did shave it off before, and it came back very, very suspiciously quickly, if you ask me. But it did come back. Yeah, it is a really good tash. Really, really good tash. Very, very good indeed. Ooh, brilliant. Let's get rid of that hatchet. Let's have this nice fresh one. Or did I just pick up the damaged one? I did, didn't I? I keep picking up the damaged one. There we go. I'm actually streaming from my Xbox to Twitch, and then I'm using another program to send two zombies to then stream it to YouTube. So that could be why the stream's a bit crap, because it's doing that. So we'll have to see. OYNC says, no mods on console are probably a result of console manufacturers don't want it, saying DayZ doesn't run on blah 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 console, so they restrict the resource use of PCs. Well, so what the argument used to be was that if you allow mods on console, that will give hackers a backdoor into the consoles, which will allow them to break the copyright controls, and you know, piracy could take off on the console. So that was a thing. However, there are mods on the Xbox Reforger. If you've got an Xbox Series S or X, I highly recommend you pick up Armour Reforger. I mean, it's not in the best place in terms of how smooth it is or how it runs or anything like that. But just look in the workshop and you see the amazing things that are available. So they're all there. The amazing things that are available. So they're all there. Honestly, they're all there. So it is doable. They've shown it. You know, Armour Reforger has a nice win, but then I had to go. Thank you very much, Connie. Very, very kind. And if you weren't aware, a couple of days' time, on Thursday, the new map is coming out on PUBG console, Destined. Should be cool. Definitely playing a lot of PUBG then. Hopefully link up with the Colonel to get some wins. Or I'll tell you what, me and the Colonel, we don't get any wins, but we have an awful lot of fun. And I'm not, and the lack of wins is mostly my fault, because I tend to be very, very rusty because I don't play PUBG very, very much. King Alibi says Reforger has good bones. I like that. That's a cool saying, that Reforger has good bones. Yeah, that's a good saying. Yes. I've completely lost my train of thought. Destined Time, says Colonel Ping over on Twitch. I keep wanting to call Twitch Twitter. I always felt, see what happens in PUBG, right? if you go up to one of these machines and interact with it, stuff falls out of it. And I thought you should be able to bang them in DayZ as well and have a very fine chance of a drink falling out. You know that film with Viggo Mortensen in? I can't remember what it's called, about the apocalypse. Really bad, really, sorry, not a bad film, but really sad film. And he goes up to one of the machines and opens and gets a can out of it and gives it to his son. His son's never had something like that before and goes, "Oh wow, this is amazing." Is there a zombie on top of a police station? I think there is, isn't there? There should be a water pump around here somewhere. Oh no, wait a minute. Didn't we walk past the water pump? With all my chatting, have I... Stay in there. Ooh. Got a few nasties around here. Oh, there's a nasty on the roof. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, there are. Hey, that wasn't very nice. I used all my... Let's disinfect this. The Road, very sad film, very realistic and frightening. Yes, I agree. Okay. I agree. That's kind of what DayZ should be like, shouldn't it, I think? So if I said, watching your stream on my second screen while making some changes to the Northwest Airfield on the DayZ editor. There you go, people. There you go. There's inspiration for you. That is absolutely good stuff. Should we have a drink? See if we can... let's have a drink. King Alabar says, I read the book, still haven't seen the movie, though I did. It's a really good movie, King Alabar. Really good. Big ups all, says Al Sign. Colonel Ping over on Twitch says, haha, very World War Z moment there, shutting the zombie in. Oh, it's, yeah. It's got to be done. Got to be done. I'm very PvE me. I'm just kind of wandering around and surviving. Not very PvPE when it comes to DayZ. Might need to save your ammo, said Josie. That is true. And the hard thing for me is obviously working full time is having a schedule to be able to stream as well. But anyway, thank you very much everybody for coming along for this rather short stream today. It's kind of so a little bit of feedback for how it's gone. The the little TV is the second monitor, so I can see all the chat. Has been really cool because I've been able to watch all the chat from Twitch with the Colonel. More. Yes, brilliant. And Josie, who says, I think you should, even PvE, you still talk with us and answer people's questions. So, yes, that's what I like to do. Well, that's really why I can't do much PvP, because I'll be answering questions. Someone shoot me in the head, won't they? Eon says, do you find DayZ on consoles more difficult than PC? I played 9 months on my Xbox, then moved to PC, found it a much easier game. Fewer zombies and bears. It could well be. Cameron says, see you later. See you later. So, thank you everybody for coming along. Thank you for joining the stream. Hope everybody has a good rest of the week. And I will see you all again soon. Soon.